Bring in Alabama Senator Katie Britt, a member of the Judiciary Committee. Senator, thank you so much for joining us. Give us your top line, what you saw, what you believe, and also your understanding of what this indictment really does and the justification for the United States taking the action that it did.
Absolutely. Well, I think Secretary Rubio said it best. Look, when this president talks, when he tells people what he's going to do, he means it. And unlike President Biden, he's going to follow through. Look, there is no doubt that Venezuelans have a greater opportunity for prosperity because of President Trump's actions. There is no doubt that Americans are safer and more secure because of President Trump's actions. I am so grateful that we finally have a commander-in-chief that is willing to put the safety and security of this country first, put it front and center. And Jason, when you're thinking about the contrast from the previous administration, it couldn't be greater. Here you have President Biden, who was all talk and yet no action. If you remember less than a year ago, on January 10th, when you had Senate Democrats coming out and saying that this was a sham inauguration of Maduro, and you had them asking the Trump administration when they came into office to hold Maduro's feet to the fire, you also had President Biden raising the bounty to $25 million on Maduro's head. So it is really rich that you hear Democrats now saying, well, what's next? You actually wanted this to happen back when you were in charge, but you didn't have the moxie to get it done. And at the end of the day, President Trump means that he will tell you what he's going to do, and then he's actually going to deliver on it. Look, I could not be more grateful for our men and women in uniform, our courageous military, and our law enforcement officers who perfectly executed the mission. This is yet again, we've seen a flawless execution of the most difficult mission, just like we saw in Operation Midnight Hammer under President Trump's leadership. So I am grateful that we are now learning what American strength is. We are seeing it in action, and gone are the days of talk. And now we're putting American safety and security first and foremost. And as for him having his day in court, he's going to have it, Jason, and justice will be served. I believe in that. And when you look at what happened to Jocelyn Nungary, when you look at what happened to Laken Riley, look, I can guarantee you that their parents wish that President Biden had the backbone that President Trump did, because their children may still be here today. So whether it is that or the actual narco terrorism that has ravished this country, I've sat in front of too many parents who lost their children either to a fentanyl poisoning or a drug overdose. And President Trump said, I'm not only going to talk about ending that, I'm going to do what it takes to make it happen.
Your point about the victims and all this, it gets way overlooked. It's not as if these things hadn't taken place over quite a few decades. And you're right about President Biden, because at one point the bounty, if you will, or the reward for helping to identify and bring Maduro to justice was $15 million. But it was under Biden that they upped it to $25 million. I didn't hear any Democrat get mad at that. And when President Obama had his so-called kill list and he was taking people out by drone attack, I didn't hear the Democrats saying boo about, oh my gosh, where's the justice in all that? Donald Trump goes in and does it right with precision. No Americans harmed, no Americans killed, minimal damage. He's now brought in, he's in a court, he's in a holding facility, federal facility here in New York City, and suddenly the Democrats are going to fundraise off of that, and they're going to call it illegitimate and illegal? What's the legal case for that?
Look, you just nailed it. On the same day that President Biden upped the bounty on Maduro's head to $25 million, he also gave blanket protections, extended them for Venezuelans that were here, because he said he knew that that country was unstable. So when you see Kamala Harris come out today and say that we have now destabilized a region, she is actually talking out of both sides of her mouth, but nothing is new with that, because she and her administration The Biden-Harris administration, when she was the border czar, made sure that Venezuelans had blanket parole into this nation and actually created a program centered on them, expanded it, as you know, to Cuba and Honduras and Nicaragua, as well as Venezuela, waving them into our nation. So look, the proof is there. They talked, but yet they didn't have what it took to actually keep Americans safe and to actually follow through. And now the rest of the world, whether it is Hezbollah, Hamas, or anyone around the globe, knows that when President Trump says something, he means it. And I hope that everyone pays attention because this is a new day in our country, and both Americans and Venezuelans are better as a result of it.
Yeah, the world is a safer place than it was just 48 hours ago.
Absolutely.
Senator Katie Britt, truly appreciate you joining us. Thank you.